Hello. I was about to read the nugget and I looked down and saw a pen. And I've had something else on my head today, so we're going to do pausing 10:12 on the nugget. And I'm going to tell you a story. Story time. Not Thursday therapy. That's what we're going to call it. I can remember, you know how if you think back on your life when it comes to, if you were to think about elementary school, and I think about that a lot because I work at an elementary school, and I often think standing there, what are my students going to remember when they look back on elementary school? And so I start with my own. What are my own memories? And y'all can kind of play that game inside your head too. And if you went to Lumpkin County, I'm sure you remember Old Fashioned Day. That was, most people, that's what they say. That was very important for us. It was a big deal, big deal. And we also, I can remember throwing up one time in the cafeteria because a girl had spaghetti on her face and she kept talking and I didn't tell her to wipe her face with her napkin. So I threw up instead. I remember having to do dancing in the gym and I didn't like the boy that I was told to dance with. But if I told you who it was, you would understand. He's in jail a lot anyway. It just makes sense. But I did anyway. But it's funny. It's the memories, and I have a very vivid memory of this one particular teacher grading papers at her desk, and the joy that she would get using her red pen. Now, as you know, if you're using your red pen, someone has made a mistake. Someone has done something incorrectly, and you're marking it, with X's and, scratching things out. And even as a young child, looking over at her, I could see this complete joy that she got from finding fault, and ultimately in education it would have been her fault, but in using her red pen. And I've talked about that a little bit before, but yes, we need to correct behaviors, correct things. Just as yesterday, this young man kept writing his name and he wouldn't capitalize the J, and I made him stand up and make an oath. I will never use a little J ever to write my name ever again. We took an oath. So he took an oath. There are different ways to correct people. And sometimes you have to use the red pen. Although I can tell you in all my years in education, I've never used a red pen because of her. But some people find joy in using that red pen. And that is sad. And I'm bringing that up because it's not just in education, it's in every job, every career, every family. There are those people that find joy in marking people's mistakes. They find joy. They have a red pen in their hand at all times. They go through life with pockets full of red pens. And they just can't wait to use them. And then there are those that the thought of using a red pen makes them sick. So if you just take a second and think, are you are you a red pen user that enjoys it or not? We've all been affected by the red pen and the person that enjoys using it. I am a lover of the chain of command. I love the chain of command when it comes to anything and everything. I can remember when I worked at the hospital, one of my first jobs, and there was a year-end evaluation, and I got a form to evaluate myself, and of course I put 5s on everything, stars, smiley faces, glitter, or whatever, and hers did not look like mine. And she said, well, you kept doing this all year. And I was like, well, why are you just telling me now? Why didn't somebody tell me the first time I did it wrong? I would have fixed it. You know, that didn't make any sense. So just, I just want to talk about the red pen. Yes, there are behaviors. We need to tell people that they need to start their name with a big letter because they are proper nouns, and proper nouns get big letters. And I'm sorry if you've ever been affected by the red pen. That's my impromptu, not Thursday therapy. Yeah, I can see her vividly with that red pen. So if you got to use it and you're enjoying it, you might want to question what you're doing. So I'm going to take my black pen. I'm going to take a hot bath here in a little bit and get something to eat. I love you. Give yourself a hug and pray for those that enjoy their red pens.